Hi, I'm Ricardo from My Bucket Garden, and today we're going to be doing a end of year bucket cleaning. Now, most plants are annuals, which means that they die the first year and you have to replant them. So we're going to clean a bucket, get it prepared for planting next year. End of growing cycle. So we're going to do a end of year cleaning on it. This is going to be a deep clean, and you're going to do a deep clean every 2 or 3 years to make sure you get rid of the mold or bacteria that's in it. Now we're going to do it outside where it's very bright and warm. Worms don't like light or warmth, and they'll burrow down. So we're going to get started, and we're going to take a look at the tools that we need to do a deep clean. And we have a bag of leaves I picked up while we were out walking, a lid, paper, newspaper, cardboard, anything along that lines will work, a shovel, gloves, a brush, sand, fertilizer, organic, lids, dustpan, bottle, a spray bottle with bleach and water mixture, paper towels, and then that's a bottle of worm water. And this is the bucket for the end of year cleaning, the new bucket, watering can, and then a little bit of fresh food for the worms. So we're going to do a deep clean or an end of year cleaning on this bucket. First thing we do, pop off the rim protector, keeps the sunlight from damaging that. You're going to take all the leaves off the top, all this mulch, put it into your black bucket. Then gently we're going to pour out now we want to have a nice mound of soil. What this is going to do is going to force these worms down into the soil because they don't like the sunlight and they don't like heat. Then we're going to just scrape off some and put it back into our new bucket. Good soil. So we're going to do one more. So now we have about 3 or 4 inches of soil on top of a couple of 2 or 3 inches of paper. Leaves. Now this organic material can be leaves or grass clippings, but don't use kitchen scraps at this level. You want your kitchen scraps closer to the top for max feeding of your worms. Then we're going to crush and mix up the leaves and the soil so there's not like a solid layer of each. We want them kind of mixed up so that the worms will be going up and down. So now we're just going to keep doing the soil and leaves until we're about 4 inches from the top of the rim here. We're kind of down to our last pile here. Saw a worm outside the pile. So I've done a couple of piles of worms already into, as you can see, there's a mob or wrangler of worms. So I'm just going to go ahead and push all these into, get them all. Now they're all into the bucket and they're going to work their way down and take care of that. I would recommend a larger piece of plastic. I forgot mine. I just happened to have this trash bag in the car, so that's what I used. Now, as they start burrowing down, I'm going to add a little water. Now this water's been sitting out for 24 hours. Chlorine is out of it and it's room or air temperature. So we just add a little bit of water, not too much. Next thing we're going to do, we have to make a decision of what we want to do with it. If we're going to plant now, we would use the rim protector to protect this rim, and there's a video on how to make these. Or if we're going to store it for spring, because some of the northern states are very cold right now and you don't want to leave them out with your worms in them, a lid. If you're going to have worms in here, they need to breathe. I would recommend cutting holes in these, put a screen on it, and there's a video on how to do that easily. So you have a couple of choices. We're in Southern California, and it's November, and I'm sweating in the sun. So we will be using a rim protector. Snap in. Now we can do our planting. And when this is in the bucket garden, there's a wall here which will protect the edge. We want to protect the edge as much as possible from the sun, because the sun would deteriorate it and you have to change your buckets out more often. Home Depot will probably like that, but we don't. So we're going to plant a plant now and then add our mulch. I did forget to mention putting a little bit of sand, not much, doesn't take much, into your bucket. Make sure that's well mixed in with the worms. They will use bits of that in their craw to chew up food, what little bits of food they get. Also, throughout the bucket, which I know this bucket actually had a good amount of fertilizer in it, organic fertilizer. I would put, every time you put soil down, just sprinkle a little bit, just a seasoning worth. Leaves, mix it, soil, fertilizer, leaves, mix it, until you get up to your 3 or 4 inches from the top. Know that this soil will shrink a little bit as the worms eat the worms and protozoa and bacteria eat the leaves. So we're going to need to keep replacing leaves on top, which is a good thing. Leaves or grass clippings. So a little bit of sand, a little bit of fertilizer, unless you know, it's good. This is worm water from my bucket garden, from my drain bucket. Don't drink it. It is liquid gold, and it has all the bacteria and protozoas in there that will activate and start this bucket if, for whatever reason, your old bucket, or if you're using new soil, it needs to be activated. So my plant, okay, we're in Southern California, jalapeno. This is a mammoth jalapeno. I'm thinking it's got to be big, because I got recipes for doing some jalapeno popper tacos, and I want a big fat jalapeno. All right, so we're going to take the bucket, or the pot, and you can see it's a little too tall. So all we're going to do is just move some of the soil. And you want it even with your soil, not where your leaves are going to be for your mulch. So we're going to keep pushing the soil back. Still needs to go down a little bit more. If you're doing a 1 gallon size of plant, which we'll show you in another video, you're going to do it a little differently than this. Okay, now we're set. We want to save that. Pop it out. You can see, you can see how beautiful the roots are. You You see how gorgeous these roots are? Get it centered, push your dirt in around it. You don't want to pack it tight, you want to just get it around it. Pack it in a little bit. Your worms will burrow down through and make passages for water and air. The roots need air. Now, remember, you don't have a 5-gallon bucket of roots yet. You have a little container of roots. That's all the size the roots are. So when you water, you want to make sure you're watering here also. Water around the outside of it, but make sure you get water here so you don't kill your plant. Done it. Leaves. Now I don't crush these leaves. I'll leave them whole. The worms will come in and chew on them as much as they can. The bacteria, protozoa that's in the soil naturally will help to digest these leaves up. So I got a bag of leaves that I got when I was out for my walk. I'm going to fill this bucket up, and that's it. That's how you do an end of year bucket cleaning every 2 or 3, sometimes 4 years, depends how lazy you are. Well, here you are, one mammoth jalapeno potted in a new pot. Got mulch, got a rim protector. All we have to do now is build a bucket garden for my pasture. Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is day 2 of cleaning your bucket at the end of the year. First time I came out, I did everything and I forgot to clean the bucket, so I came back another day to show you how to do a bucket cleaning. Now, we're going to do a bucket cleaning on the old bucket. Has the screen in it, rim protector, and the bucket. So we're going to go over some of the tools. So the tools you're going to need, probably some type of garden hose, bucket of water, bleach or bleach water. All we're going to do is just clean everything with bleach and water, kill all the bacteria, the fungi, and the protozoa, so everything's clean. So let's get started. All right, there's a couple of ways of cleaning out your bucket. First, you're going to remove your rim protector, make it easier. Pull out your screen. Both of these need to be washed. The easiest way is using a garden hose. And just rinse it all out. Now you can use a brush to get out the rest of it, or you can use a sponge or paper towel to kind of wipe it all out. Now you can use a bottle, spray bottle, to spray it, or you can be lazy like me. Okay, I've got a little bit of water in here from washing it out, so I'm going to put a little bit of bleach into it. Not much, it doesn't take much to kill everything. You want to put a glove on so you don't end up smelling like your grandmother, or like my grandmother. Paper towels, and you're just going to wipe off the inside. If you don't get all the dirt out, that's okay. Just as long as you get the bleach all around the inside. You're also going to want to take your screen, and I just put it into the bleach water. Then a wipe down of my rim protector. Probably should have put a second glove on. The next step is really important. You got to rinse all this off. The bleach, when it dries, one of the byproducts is salt. Worms are on a low salt diet. They run from it. It'll kill them. It's not good. So we want to make sure we rinse everything off. I'm just going to go over and rinse it off with the garden hose, and we'll be done. The other thing I want to show you is feeding the worms in your bucket garden. So the first thing I want to do is pull out some mulch, and we're going to do, there's a couple of ways of doing it, but I'm using a just an old banana peel. So I'm going to do just a locational feeding. So I'm going to pull out some of the leaves. And this is the jalapeno we planted. It's already got a jalapeno growing on it. Had a couple others, but I picked them off. I want the roots to go deep into the soil. Got to keep that. So the tool basically is a shovel. You could use your hands if you want. So all I'm doing is just peeling back a hole in the soil. Take your banana peel. It is, can't have sticker on it. Pull the sticker off. Drop it in. Get all of it in there. And all we're going to do is just kind of squish it down into it and then cover it up. I'm going to replace all our mulch. So we know that this is an area that has some food in it for the worms. The worms are going to migrate out there. They're going to eat it up. The bacteria, the protozoa, and the fungi are going to eat it up. That's really going to help the worms produce worm manure for your plant. Next time, if I do another localization of food, I would do it here. And following time, here. And then here. There, in a video called How to Feed Your Bucket Garden Worms, I show you the different ways to feed your worms so you get the max amount of nutritional value for your plants. Show you how to clean the bucket. Now we're going to be doing a bucket clean. There's a couple of ways of washing out your bucket. First, you got to take the rim off, which makes it so much easier. A rim protector. Hi. Very good. Just waiting for the siren to go by. And the gardener to leave. Jeez. Okay. And of course now we got a lawnmower. Well, we're going to shoot it anyway. Now I've got a little bit of water in here, and I just splash a little bit of bleach into it. Lost my paper towels. Cat. So I just take a little bit of bleach, pour a little bleach into it, take a paper towel. Oh, I'm gonna smell like my grandma. Shoot. Hang on.